we're not only catching fish, we're literally doing what we call like a Hawaiian hobo stew, where, hey, whatever we could find, we'd throw it into the giant pot. We're going to use the fresh water that one of our tribe member was able to claim.
Yeah.
We got firewood from another tribe member who claimed it.
Yep.
And then we had the lagoon water. So we mixed the lagoon water, that estuary kind of brackish water.
Okay, yeah.
Fresh water. Hey, Yuta is a survivor chef, right?
What is a survivor chef? What does that
mean? He
mean?
goes up and he actually forage and then do pop-up kitchen.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So he does that on Oahu. So yeah, if you ever get a chance, check him out. We'll throw it out there later. But
so day one, you're already like getting fresh young coconuts and seafood.
Yeah. So
you didn't need me.
Just like, because there was days where it rained. Yeah. So now you can hang out, eat what you can. Right?
Yeah.
Coconut meat. So I get challenged for my spear. My spear gets taken. At this point, I'm pissed, right?
Yeah.
Because here's what happened. With my background, I was lectured for 30 minutes about, okay, you can't do this. You can't do this.
Because of your martial arts experience?
Yeah. It's a whole list of what I can and can't do, right?
In the fight.
In the fight, in this arena, right? It's supposed to be a tug of war, right?
Yeah.
Well, the two that we went up against had no background in martial arts whatsoever. Right?
Yeah.
So everything they did, and again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying anything else. It's my opinion.
And I'm just going to interject here and say, if you are a martial artist and you ever have a experience where you're sparring with someone that is not a martial artist and they know you're a martial artist and they know that they're not, then usually the martial artist is the one that takes a beating because they're controlling themselves and they are making sure that they're not obliterating the other person, whereas the other person's just, I'm in the fight for my life. I'm going to wreck this person.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
No. So
I think that's what you're getting at. So I just throw that in there because as experienced martial artists, we all take beatings from people that we just don't want to beat up.
We know what we're capable of doing. We don't want to injure them. So I end up getting injured. Now, I don't know the severity of my injury at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, hey, I'm injured. So next day worked up, I'm pissed, right? The only reason they wanted the spear was so that if we wanted to use the spear, we had to go ask them for it, right? Which, okay, fine. But their rule was for every 3 fish you catch, we get 2, you guys get 1. So we're like, F that, right?
Yeah.
I know how to survive on this island. So literally you and I, literally a stick, maybe 5-6 inches, waiting for low tide. We're catching fish. We're catching eel. We're catching sea urchin. We're catching sea cucumber at low tide. We just know how to survive.
Yeah.
So they were eating again. Now they're really upset, right? So every time we're thriving, every time they smell what we're cooking, they come back and they challenge us for stuff. So you just got to watch the show. But in terms of what I did, every day I went out with this injury and I survived because I knew that, hey, I grew up on Oahu. I know there's certain plants we can and can't eat. The ocean is going to provide, right? As much as the ocean is going to provide, there's also animals that are on land.
Yep.
Oh, again, I was hoping that I could get a giant fruit bat, one of the Fiji fruit bat. They were all over the place.
People eat bats?
Yeah. On Fiji. Yeah.
All right.
Giant fruit bat. But again, I get it. People were like, hey, it's going to be another COVID-19. I'm like, dude, the Fijians are eating it, right?
Yeah.
All these bats eat are fruit. Yeah. That's what they're known for, right? Yeah. They don't eat bugs or anything. They don't fly through the air at night.
Yeah.
I mean, at night, they're hanging out in these giant trees. And you can see them they're not in caves, right?
Okay.
They're just hanging out from these giant trees upside down. And then in the morning, they're flying to go find fruit. So I'm like, okay, I know there's wild game out here, right?
Yeah.
We hear them, we see tracks. The only downside is that to get to where the wild game are, it's an up-down hike. Now, you can only get to that point if you have the energy to do so,
right?
Because there's no water source along the way, right? You get there and now you gotta hopefully find a fresh young coconut or something, right? Drink that and then make it back every catch. I was able to catch python, harvest it, showed them how to
showed
the people in my tribe how to harvest it, got it, clean it, cook it up, right?
How did you catch this python?
There was Jonathan, who was a great friend. Stephanie, me and her bonded so well, we became civil. That's the only way. She's my little sister. The three of us are going to the hunting field. I can't remember who it was, but one of them said, "Hey, Kay, look, there's a python." I look, and I'm like, that is a python. I walk over there, grab it. I have this bamboo that I'm using as a walking cane because of my injury that I don't know about, right?
Right.
So the injury turned out, for everybody wanting to know, was a fractured rib.
Okay.
Right.
If you ever had a fractured rib, then you know that.
Yeah,
yeah, you feel that all the time, whether you're hiking uphill or not.
Yeah, and it only makes it worse when you're sleeping in, well, we found a cave, so we slept in a nice cave, had a nice hut.
Yeah, dude, they had the shelter resource, but you found shelter that was better than their shelter resource.
Yeah, so we ended up losing a lot of our resources, right? We
Yeah.
lost the water. We lost a lot of, not just the water resource, but we lost our tool as well. Then we ended up, I don't want to give too much away, right? I want people to watch it, right? Because then increases the rating and all
Yeah.
that. I'll get invited back, hopefully, for another season or another survival show. But anyway, I end up setting up snare traps and doing all this stuff. So I continue to feed my group of people, right? My tribe, because my way of thinking is, what good is it to make it to the end when there's nobody else, right? Like the whole point of, and I'm not just talking about in a game, right? Yeah, the game is to win, but why can't you have multiple people win with you who helped you along the way, right? If we all won, we would split the $100,000. If you're the last one standing, meaning you beat people up or they drop, you get $250,000, right? Well, again, I wasn't there about the money. I wanted to make sure that, hey, this is a great opportunity, Kay, for you to still be able to showcase your survival skill, but prove it to yourself that, hey, you could still survive, right? Yeah. On an island. I was teaching people how to husk coconuts with their bare hands. I taught people how to build shelter by weaving palm leaves in that. I introduced them the heart of palm, right?
What is that?
A young palm tree, if you get to the middle of it, the heart of palm is delicious and nutritious.
It's like the core of the trunk?
Yeah, the core of the trunk, right?
Okay.
Because it's not really a tree. A lot of people call it the millionaire salad, right? When it gets chopped and put in salad, because you got to harvest that whole tree,
okay,
just to get maybe anywhere from 5 to maybe foot of heart of palm, right? So it's known as the $1 million salad or the millionaire salad.
Cool.
Yeah. Super nutritious. You could eat it. It's easy to harvest, right? But you need some kind of tool to harvest it. And again, we were losing tool the day after.
Right.